Well, today's a big day for a great-grandmother over in the Stuart area.
She was the victim of a tornado spun up by Hurricane Milton a year ago, and she's finally getting a home.
Our Al Peffley joining us live over in Port Salerno with her story. Al?
Jim, this house is very tiny, but for the woman who's moving into this place, this is a very big deal. Diana Dotson says this brand new tiny house will take some getting used to.
And this is going to be my bed.
But moving into this tiny house is a big step forward for her. It's very small, just 426 square feet, but it has everything she needs in it. Today she's moving into this temporary house on Southeast Palmetto Road, which sits right in front of her home that was heavily damaged by a tornado spawned by Hurricane Milton last October.
I heard a noise like some kind of train, and that's when I said, well, what is going on? When that tornado came, something came down in front of us, and we hit the floor.
The storm ripped apart Dotson's home, and now a year later it still needs extensive repairs. After months living with her daughter in Port St. Lucie, she now has her own place to live.
It's going to be very interesting, and it's cozy to me. It is. It's nice.
Until the repairs to her home are finished. The tiny temporary house was built by Project Lift, a nonprofit group in Hobe Sound that gives young people mental health counseling and job training. For several months, her family friend and former neighbor met with professionals to make sure the tiny home was ready for her to move into.
With this catastrophic disaster that took place, I've seen directly how this has impacted her life, and to see this get to this point, it's an absolute blessing.
He says he's glad he could help Dotson move in.
This eases the stress so that she's able to focus on the very important things to rebuild her life.
And by the time Dotson is done living in this home, it can be picked up by Project Lift and taken somewhere else for another person who may need a temporary place to stay. The Martin County Firefighters Benevolent Association paid for some significant costs in this case, such as the water hookups, the plumbing, and the electrical work, which cost nearly $6,000. Live in Port Salerno, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.